What's up everyone? I've never done a Q&A video on the channel before, so I thought that'd kind of be a fun thing to do. So in this video, we'll talk about the GH5, GH6, and the YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Caleb and I do freelance video production with the GH5. And according to my YouTube analytics, 80% of you watch my video but are not subscribed. So if you are part of that 80%, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now, a couple weeks ago, I put out on the YouTube community page and on Instagram if there were any questions that you'd want to ask, because I've never really done a Q&A video before, so I thought it'd be kind of fun. And I didn't really know what type of response I would get, but there were some really good questions, like from my friend Dave Campbell. Do you know the Muffin Man? Alex Brown Media asks on Instagram, who are some of the people that you learn/draw inspiration from? To be totally honest, I actually don't spend a ton of time on YouTube watching videos. But lately, somebody who I've been really into is Johnny Harris. His documentary journalistic style videos are amazing. It's almost like a vlog / documentary / news show. I can't totally put my finger on it, but I think if I were to be able to do this full time and make just videos like this full time, I think that's kind of how stylistically, that's kind of how I would want my videos to be shaped. Another group that really inspires me right now is kind of the group that in the community that I'm a part of that are kind of at the same stage in the YouTube journey that I am right now. It's fun to interact and just kind of learn from each other along the same stages of the path. Also, I really draw a lot of inspiration from the movie The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Everything from the soundtrack to the story, to the indie feel of it. I just think it's a great film. Anson and Company, it's always good to hear from you. On Instagram, he wrote, are you considering the GH6 or even one of the Lumix Full Frame offerings? Anson, I actually am highly considering the GH6, just depending on some of the specs, but if it's anything like the GH5, what am I even talking about? I'm probably gonna pre-order it. If we could just get a release date, that'd be nice. At the time of filming this Q&A video, there hasn't been an official release date yet, so I'm getting a little antsy. And as far as the Lumix Full Frame offerings go, this kind of goes with Brian Joseph Films' question off of Instagram as well. What do you think of the S5? I think the S5 is a fantastic camera. Now, one of the videos on my channel that's kind of been gaining a little traction is actually a video about why you should not get the S5. And that video just kind of goes through some things that you might want to think about the S5 before you actually purchase it. But I think the S5 is a fantastic camera, and I think it will be great for a lot of hybrid shooters. As far as some of the other full frame offerings, I have not fully committed to going full frame with the Lumix cameras because I know I'm gonna have to update some of my lens selection, and actually really like the hybrid versatility of the Micro Four Thirds sensor. I don't know, we'll see what the future brings. I am interested in that new Lumix Cube full frame version that was just announced. That might actually be a pretty good cinema option. So when I had time to play with the S5, I really thought the shoot options were great. I think it'll be a great camera, great option for run and gun style shooters, for GH5 shooters. I think it's a great full frame option. I just haven't moved that direction yet. Anson and Company also took it this direction on Instagram. He says, best beard growing tips, please. I don't know how you can explain this. Oil it up, that's what I do. All right, enough about the beard. Matthew Dangu asks, favorite part of your camera rig? Well, I would have to say my favorite part of my GH5 camera rig has to be the cage. From the cage, you're able to add so many other accessories, and it really is the starting point for rigging out and building a cinema rig for your GH5. But if we assume that the cage is a given, my next favorite part would have to be the top handle. I've really been liking this wooden top handle that I've used that you can see in this video right up here. But since the GH5 has such great in-body image stabilization, if you have a top handle, you're able to get a ton of control by holding the top handle and then the lens in the other hand. And it's just a great option for handheld GH5 footage. I have a few different GH5 rig videos on my channel. Make sure you check those out. And unfortunately, I don't have another GH5 sitting on the table here, because those will kind of go through some of the GH5 accessories that I'm using currently on my GH5 setup. If you don't do anything else to your GH5 rig, maybe start with those two pieces first and kind of see how you like it, and then you can build that cinema rig up from there. So I have another question from the YouTube community page, and this is from Andrew Ford. Advice on getting from 100 to 1,000 subs. What would you do differently with the channel looking back? I don't know what I would really do with the channel looking back. I knew I wanted some kind of outlet just to make some videos. I started talking about the GH5 and I noticed that those particular videos started taking off a little bit faster than some of the other ones I had on the channel. So I think it was when I really started talking about the GH5 specifically and just going through, different settings and some of the settings that I use. That's really where that niche of the GH5 really kind of help my channel grow. One of the things that you could do to help your channel grow is maybe just take some topics that I talk about or other people that you follow talk about and just make your own version of those videos. YouTube is such a big platform. There's plenty of room for all these types of videos. I kind of consider YouTube like the perfect platform. So first of all, it's like fully search engine. So it's, the second largest search engine behind Google. And, Google owns YouTube. So basically it's all kind of intertwined anyway. So it's fully search engine, but it's also fully community driven. So if you can make videos that kind of contribute to a community and help a community grow, help a community get better at something, then I think that's where some of that growth starts. So with those two things, make sure your videos are fully searchable using, keywords and words that kind of go along with whatever community you're contributing to, and then jump into that community and make videos that help other people in that community. Is that making sense? I don't know if that's totally making sense. I think YouTube's a fun way just to, get videos out there and create videos on your own, create some videos that you would want to watch. All right, so the last question comes from Rolf Films on the YouTube community page, and he asks, what inspired you to start filmmaking/videography? Did you ever go to school for it? So let me put it this way. No, I did not go to school for it. I actually graduated college with a psychology degree, but I've always kind of had this little creative side. And even though I graduated with a psychology degree, my favorite college course was actually a darkroom photography class. Now I remember way back in like middle school or high school, my friends and I would make videos and we actually made a music video. And now thinking back on it, I think it was actually pretty violent, but I've always liked playing with the camera and doing other little creative things here and there. Oh, so now we have like dump trucks and stuff outside the window. So I was working with a nonprofit doing, photo, video, some IT work, like setting up email. But after about a year and a half, they got rid of my position. So my wife and I talked and we're like, maybe let's try doing this on our own. So I started off doing some weddings, which I will never put up on the channel or anything like that because those weddings were pretty bad. I started shooting on a Canon T3i, but I knew I didn't want to stay in the wedding space and I wanted to get more into like corporate video. So now I'm doing more like corporate storytelling type videos. And I think one of the things that I'd like to do, especially on this channel, is just use this as a little bit more of a creative outlet. But I have some ideas that I kind of want to take a more like documentary approach to some videos. And so hopefully in the summer of 2022, I can start shooting some of those and putting those things out on the channel. Because ultimately, that's really what I like about this, is just the storytelling aspect, the visual aspect, and just the opportunity for people to hear stories that in other situations, other time periods, people just wouldn't be able to hear. Thank you so much for those of you who asked questions. I actually did think this was kind of fun. If you want to try some different coloring on the GH5 and you haven't already downloaded my free LUT pack, make sure you go down to the description, download my free LUT pack. All you have to do is punch in your email and then you can have access to downloading that free LUT pack. And it includes my YouTube Punch LUT, which I use pretty much for all my YouTube videos. And with that, you'll also get a discount code to my LUT store if there's anything there that you'd like to check out. Well, thanks again. This was fun. If you have time, maybe stick around, watch one of these videos that's popping up on your screen right here. That'd be much appreciated. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.